Sue, we are here. You can scooch right over. I'm just going to be behind the camera.
Except when you do that.
You can just press
like a
little
side.
schmutz
There you go.
Little
schmutz. So Sue, where are we and who are we with? God damn
I
it.
actually don't know where we are.
The Fox and Fiddle.
On John Street.
150 John Street, I think.
Is that what it is?
We're here with Anthony Lemke.
Again. This guy shows up all the time.
I noted on the way here that 3 would have totally taken us to Hooters.
Totally.
Totally. Absolutely. What's going on? But it's my publicist who arranged this. 3's publicist would not have taken you.
No.
Clearly not.
They say that because Hooters is just up the street.
Oh, yeah.
We passed by.
You see it right there.
Yeah.
Orange in behind that sign right there. That's
True.
Now that you mention it.
Let's relocate.
We'll keep shooting, keep shooting.
So, a lot has changed since we last talked.
Yeah. A whole season of Dark Matter has aired. And we shot a second.
Right? So you kind of went from, you know, a known actor, because you were a known actor, people knew you, you have fans.
Yeah.
And now you're now in that whole new realm of the sci-fi
an
world.
action figure in a comic.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like I am yet. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know the series was good for a year, and we got great numbers in pretty much every market we were in, and it makes me really happy about that because I love the show. I think it's a really simple and fun show that doesn't rely on quick edits and tits in your face and sex scenes and really over-the-top violence. I mean, I think if you watch season 1, it's a lot like the A-Team. I mean, yeah, fine, people died, but I mean, the violence is not, it's sort of TV violence, right?
Yeah.
There's not a real attempt to say, okay, let's Quentin Tarantino this up, or let's Game of Thrones this up.
Or even Walking Dead it.
Oh, yeah, no. So, I think consequently that means that, all those I was a little worried, I'll be honest with you. I was a little worried. I was like, are people going to watch this show? Because it feels really kind of simple. And it turns out that was actually the strength.
Oh, totally.
All knew exactly what they were doing from the very beginning. They didn't want to make a show that had all those things in it. They were like, no, let's make a simple show that people either fall in love with the characters or they don't. We'll know pretty quick.
Yeah.
And we're lucky that people did.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing I noticed too in the first season was that, like, sometimes you watch something from the start and it takes people a while. It takes the actors a while to grow into the characters, and it takes a while for the audience to grow attached to the characters as well.
Yeah.
But I found like by the end of the pilot, if not the beginning of the second episode,
you were invested.
Yeah, like it was like the tone had been set, and you were in the world pretty much from the get-go.
And I think there was something about the architecture of that show where, and I'm not sure the average audience member would have known to call it this way, but I think this was happening. You nailed it. You said normally actors are trying to find their characters for the first few, and it feels a little bit wonky and whatever else. And you
guys had no idea who you were.
That's right. So
brilliant.
What that actually is although they have a backstory, they haven't played a bunch of scenes together. So they're only playing the text and whatever backstory has been written in their character bio this long, which may not apply to the scene you're in.
Right.
By episode 4, 5, 6, you played 1,000 scenes with that person.
Yeah.
You know, I share a look with you that has nothing to do with anything in the script, but it's calling back to a scene we shot where I did something funny where the glass, and that's why by episode 4 or 5, you're like, wow, they found it.
Yeah.
Whereas for our show, you weren't going, why aren't they interacting like normal people interact? Because we weren't normal people.
Yep.
We didn't have our memories. I had no freaking clue. I had no history with anybody on that ship.
Yeah.
So I was neutral. I was in one gear, and you weren't calling me on it. Some people did, by the way. Some people called on. They're like, "Why these characters so stock and it's kind of boring. They don't really relate to each other." You're like, "Yeah,
there's a reason for that."
Exactly.
That's exactly.
You caught up on that. Good.
You're trying to remember your names.
But they were right, and I think that's fortunately the audience stuck with us until we developed those relationships among ourselves.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now of course
we had the Mel's in.
Yeah, we did.
A while ago. And And I
smells.
think,
I
if
love
I
that.
recall
That's
correctly,
good.
they said season 2 picks up pretty much right after season 1.
Yes.
Off.
Yeah. Yeah, we all look about 13 months older, but in real life,
With Jodelle, that would actually be.
you know, it's funny because, you know, it is. Like, she definitely, like, you look at her and you're like, by the end of season
You've
2
aged.
filming, you're like a woman now. What happened? I mean,
When did this happen?
Part of it was that they're writing that
Right.
evolution into it,
Yeah.
but also it's because she's 20 to 21 or whatever, 21 to 22, and that's a big change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to, you know, whatever, 1 year my age.
Or
Whatever
mine.
our
Yeah.
ages might be.
We don't talk about that on air. Ever.
Because 27 is too old.
But I do love the fact that that people who haven't seen it can catch up now because it's on Canadian Netflix.
Yeah.
I just noticed that the other day. I'm like, sweetie, you need to watch this now. So,
I don't know why it took so long.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had the rights way a long time ago. But
Oh, yeah.
they decided not to put it up until now. But I'll be honest with you, that's great because that allows people to binge right before.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm totally doing that again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know, I have
Get all
watched
the
it all, but I'll
nuances,
binge
get all
it.
the people that
Yep.
because a lot of those nuances will be carried through into season 2.
Wicked.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, they did a good job with that. Yeah.
Now, who haven't you played a scene yet that you want to play a scene with?
Well, it's an ensemble show, so by definition, I've played a scene with everybody.
Yeah.
But I guess the nature of the question is, which character do you want to develop a deeper relationship with?
Yeah. Nicely rephrased, sir. Nicely rephrased.
Yeah. It's okay. That's the question I'll answer.
It's a fine question.
Yeah, it's fine. Fine question you just asked me.
Oh, there you
You
go.
meant to ask me. Get around. Wow, that's a really, really good question.
I'm full of them.
So season 3, who do I want to deepen my relationship with? Wow, I would love to deepen my relationship with 6.
Okay.
With 6.
Who would 3 love to deepen his relationship?
2. Fuck that. I mean, let's be serious, right? Or anything. Any female.
Android.
Hell, you'd be looking at 5 like, you look like you're 22
All right.
now, not 16. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm kidding around.
Page down.
I'm kidding around. Actually, there in season 2, a really beautiful relationship develops between 5 and 3. That was a
great.
lot of fun to play. So
Nice.
you'll see that.
Nice.
Yeah, you'll
Good.
see that.
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's really great. But I think 6 is a bit of an enigma, and he's very different than 3. Very different. And it'll be fun to explore that relationship. And I'll be honest with you, for season 3, I want a kid to miraculously appear that is 3.
And jump the shark.
Yes.
Totally, I want that to happen because we don't know anybody's past.
No.
Yeah.
3's a womanizer.
Yeah.
It's
Totally
Three's
likely
totally got at
that
least
he's
one
got
kid out there.
a kid somewhere at some point in time that shows up in season 3 and he's like 16 or she's 16.
Oh, he should have a daughter.
Total. Oh, he's
Oh, yeah.
a daughter.
Oh, man.
Just as bad as he is.
Yeah. Or she likes bad boys.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? No!
Oh, you gotta like the kid who plays chess. What?
That guy's not be a lesbian.
No, I want grandkids. All right.
Oh, yeah, there you go. 3
Now we're just Pride. This is Pride Week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pride Week. Come on, we can't be
Pride Month.
veering
Yeah, pretty
off
much.
into these
Yeah.
types of off-color jokes.
No. Now where they can hear you.
So, yeah, I think 6.
Okay.
We'll see what happens in season 3.
Yeah.
Now, of
Get
course,
that far.
you just said that, there's a 13-month leap for you guys between seasons.
Sort of. I mean,
Was it
I guess
difficult?
12.
Was it difficult getting back in the character, or did you just slip right back in?
No, it wasn't. Not. This character is a character that I wear fairly easily. So you can draw your own conclusions about what my personal life must be like.
Yeah.
No, it's a character that I wear fairly easily. It's a character that has a lot of similarities to me, but in a different balancing. And yeah, there's certain elements that, you know, maybe if I had gone through his life story that we do discover a lot more about in season 2.
Excellent.
Wicked.
I would behave more like him in my life, but I don't behave like him. My actions are not like his.
Yeah.
My actions are very different. But that doesn't mean that I can't identify with his, with the impulses he feels. And that's something that I wear fairly easily.
Cool. I like that. And just from a personal standpoint, do you still geek out, like walking on a spaceship or handling the big guns? Because I think I would run around every day and just go, pew! And
Yeah, are you freaking kidding? I don't go pew on camera anymore, although I did in the first season.
Yeah, you guys were talking about that at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
They like make their own gun sounds.
Of course.
Well, because we don't, I mean, some shows, I just finished another show for Sci-Fi called Night Before Halloween.
Ooh.
Really fun, sort of horror, sci-fi-ish kind of horror.
Right.
And I'm a cop. I play a cop investigating essentially these
You a
murders
cop?
and whatever. I know. Being a cop never happens. And the gun that we use actually, you know, you go click, bang, and it moves, and it's got got gas in it, so it pops, and so it feels like a real gun. You don't feel like you have to go pew. The guns that we have don't at all feel like real. I mean, they're heavy and you can move them, but when you press the trigger, nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Right? They're all sort of screwed shut and whatever. So you feel like you need to go pew. And it took a little while for me not to go pew or bang or whatever. I didn't go pew, I went bang.
Bang.
Although apparently, if you look, the manner in which our guns shoot has changed as well. Yeah. So
that'll be something to watch on the rewatch of season 1.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't mean that they've changed the manner in which our existing guns shoot, but that's fundamentally what they wanted. They wanted the guns to look different.
Right.
So we end up with different guns in season 2. We still have the old ones; they still exist, and they shoot the way the old ones shoot.
Right.
The world doesn't get, you know, some sort of weird quantum kind of way where all of a sudden you're like, oh, hang on a second, those guns now shoot a different way. It's because the guns are in a different universe.
It's a different special effects company now.
So I haven't seen it. I don't know what they actually shoot like, but I think it's going to be more pew pew, more colored flashes, you know?
Very cool. All right. So that's kind of a yes, that you still geek out.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Are you kidding me? Of course I geek out. When I came back here, I was, I mean, the truth is, you know, when you decide to go into this industry, I mean, it's, by very definition, your life is geeking out, right? Like you live at a Comic-Con convention.
I can't believe I get to do this.
You dress up and pretend you're somebody else
Right.
for a living. I mean, that's kind of what you do, whether you're like a cop in a show that's not in space, or whether you're a you know, Han Solo kind of dude running around with guns that go pew. You're always dressing up, pretending to be somebody else, and living somebody else's life, slipping into their shoes. And it's fun. That never changes.
Sweet. I like that.
I like it too.
Right? That's why I keep doing
why
it.
I left long.
Yeah, you've had a long day though. I mean, you've been on the go since this morning.
I woke up in the 4s. Yeah, because I did breakfast television.
I saw that.
6.
Yeah. I tell you, buddy.
It was a long day, but come on, it's all right. Film set days are longer.
That's true. Yeah. So now, are you taking the summer off? You doing something else?
Well, I did. After Camelot finishes this week, I play the role of Joe Gargan. It's the cousin of Ted Kennedy, or of the Kennedys, and I figure in the Chappaquiddick incident story in After Camelot. It's a miniseries. Not all of it deals with Chappaquiddick, but part of it does.
Yeah.
And I'm night before Halloween, but then I think after that I'm gonna take some time off, hang out in Wellington.
Visit your family.
I know, you joke, but it's really true. And spend some time there with my family, hanging out, throwing some baseball, sticking some soccer balls, and learning piano with my daughter. And I got some conventions to go to, which is great. And then I'm going to Laos with Handicap International.
Wow.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Laos.
You're a spokesperson.
I'm a spokesperson for them, yeah. And we wanted to do a trip into the field, and we ended up choosing Laos because, little known fact, which I didn't know. When I found out, I'm like, that's where I'm going for sure. Laos is the most polluted country in terms of unexploded ordnance.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so...
Which, I guess, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
From which war, you might ask? Because it's been a peaceful country for many, 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 many years.
Yeah, but there was, what, the French Indochina War, there was the Vietnam War, yeah.
Okay, so...
Wow.
We're celebrating they celebrated the 50th anniversary of the beginning of the bombing of Laos in 2014. 50 years later, okay?
Wow.
So for 9 years straight, an average of one sortie with multiple planes, every 8 minutes would drop bombs on Laos, on the eastern frontier of Laos. Many of those bombs did not explode, and they continue to claim lives to this day, between 50 and 100 every year.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So up until recently, there has been very, very little push to do anything about it.
Yeah.
That is changing in the United States. There are some senators who are saying, listen, they've made it their goal to get congressional approval for $20 million a year to essentially get rid of these things,
clean up their mess
they made 50 years ago. And Handicap International has been there for a very, very long time, helping out the folks who survived those continuing remnants of war. So,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's totally shocking. The numbers are shocking, like 80 million unexploded ordnance. It's astounding. It's just amazing. More bombs were dropped on Laos, which I guarantee nobody knows. More bombs were dropped on Laos during that sort of secret war than were dropped by America on Germany and Japan during the Second World War.
Wow.
Wow.
Things people just didn't know, including me.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the population? Like, per capita, how many bombs per person?
I don't think it's much more than 6-7 million.
Yeah.
Laos. Yeah, it's not a large country.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's astounding, and I think so we'll go there in September. Tour Handicap International's facility, what the work they're doing in Yantan, which is the capital, and then we'll head off to the eastern border and take a look at some of their demining operations.
That's really cool.
So
very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anthony, perfect place to close it up. That's
All
awesome.
right.
I love that.
Yeah.
See, so we got a great plug for the show, which starts July 1st.
July 1st, that's right. 10
Canada
o'clock
Day,
at night.
Canada show.
You're probably going to PVR
Netflix
that, aren't
Canada?
you? Because everyone will be out watching the 10 o'clock is like prime fireworks time.
Totally.
Totally. We're going to have like 6 people watching the show. That's it.
But everybody else will be recording it.
They'll be recording it.
Or legally downloading it.
What? Come on.
Doesn't
you can't
happen.
say that stuff.
Doesn't happen. And I love that we got you to chat about your handicap. So that's awesome.
I just threw that in there.
No, I love that you did.
Threw it in.
Yeah.
I just threw it in there.
So awesome. Anthony,
you guys want any of these? Because they're getting a little stale right now.
Yum. I'm going to finish my drink.
Them before they completely coagulate.